The scariest part of the game isn't the ships, the violence, or the bugs. It's what people choose to do when they know no one's watching. Not every attack feels loud. Some arrive quietly, like a wave, a promise, a smile. This isn't about choosing sides. I'm not here to justify the con, and I'm not here to condemn it either. I'm here to understand the kind of play that never makes patch notes, the kind that leaves a shadow you can't quite shake. So, if you've ever wondered why people act differently in the dark, or what you might do if no one ever found out, then you already know why you should keep watching. Now, let's step inside the silence itself, where every smile hides something, and every shadow waits to see if you'll follow. There are moments when danger doesn't crash in. Sometimes it wears a false armor of trust, a gesture that feels harmless, words that sound steady, or silence that feels safe enough to believe. Griefers wear many masks: patience, force, sometimes a combination. They move like shadows, blending, becoming whatever lowers your guard. And by the time instinct whispers, you shouldn't, it's already too late. It's game over. No gunfire, no chaos, just a quiet certainty that you handed them the key, yourself. In Star Citizen, anyone can wear a mask, not just a helmet, but the echo of someone they wish they were. And when the mask clings like a second skin, they forget they're even wearing one. But you have to ask yourself, is this just roleplay or something deeper? Because social engineering is alive and well in the verse, and in here, trust is the weapon. Some do it for the thrill, others out of boredom. Some just want to see if they can. They play deception like a rehearsed pattern, a performance repeated until it feels natural. They tell themselves the game forgives, what reality never would. For the griefer, it's over an instant, but for the victim, it lingers, echoing in the silence long after the moment has passed. And maybe the most haunting part is how easily we rationalize it, whether we're the ones being tricked or the ones doing the tricking. So what does that say about us? Maybe the grift reveals more than we want to admit, not just about the game, but about who we are when no one's watching. Let's look at it from three perspectives. The victim. They wanted to believe the verse was kinder, that strangers could be trusted. Maybe they've even been that stranger once, offering help with no strings attached. But this time, they were wrong. It's not the ship or the hall. It's the flicker of doubt that lingers long after. How did I fall for it? Why did I trust them? The pain isn't loud. It's a quiet sting, the kind that stills you in place. Like realizing the silence wasn't peace, it was a setup. The griefer. Behind the mask, the smiles start to surface, not born of kindness, nor born of warmth. Only the cold satisfaction of whispering, "Your time is up." The reward is the performance, slipping into a role, wearing the mask, just long enough for you to believe it's real. Today, the rescuer. Tomorrow, the stranded. Whatever you'll trust, they'll become. What makes it haunting isn't the trick itself, it's the satisfaction behind it. The smile that settles in because the part was played well. The mute witness. They didn't do it, but they didn't stop it. Maybe they whispered, "Not my problem," or shrugged, "Hey, play at your own risk." They'll say it isn't theirs to carry, but that silence is still a choice. Fear plays its part, so does self-preservation. And apathy always has a voice. That choice to stand still, to do nothing, echoes longer than the grief itself. Three different views, three different truths. And maybe that's the unsettling part, that all of them feel justified. Sometimes, silence wears a smile too. For a griefer, the act doesn't always end with noise. Sometimes it begins in silence. A moment of waiting, a breath of stillness, watching them step closer, unaware of it all. That anticipation becomes its own fuel. Patience takes root, an illusion of control, each second stretching tighter until silence itself feels inevitable. And that's where the line blurs, because what starts as griefing, a strike for chaos' sake, can slip into something colder, something calculated. That's when a griefer becomes a grifter, when the mask is more than a disguise, it's a performance. A betrayal rehearsed until it feels natural. Sometimes it's the same person. Griefer, grifter, two faces of the same mask. Which face they show? Depends on the silence between. Because in the end, their true reward isn't the wreckage or the credits. The real currency is the reaction, a fracture in trust, a pause in your voice, silence that lingers when the trigger was pulled for no reason. Nothing taken, nothing gained, only the act itself. It's the smile behind it all. Calm after the act, a ritual, practiced 100 times before. Most people in the verse aren't griefers, nor heroes for that matter. They're just out there, mining, trading, passing through jump points, living and creating stories as they go. And still, when you become the prey, most don't step in. Not every attack is the same. Pirates chase profit, risk, meet reward. Griefers, they don't take, they annihilate, meant only to watch the fire they leave behind. Grifters, they don't break ships, they break the unspoken code. And for some, it isn't an exception at all. Whether griefer or grifter, the pattern repeats. Not a choice, but second nature, only colder. Some moments don't need words. They echo throughout space, in the place where no one moves, no one interferes, and no one dares to draw the line. The absent becomes its own decision, a shadow that stretches further than the act itself. Only the faint echo of your ship breaking apart, or your body dropping in silence, not for profit, but to satisfy an impulse they can't quite name. While the rest of us stand still, and that silence, that might be the most unsettling part of all. I've spent a lot of time thinking about this one. Not just griefers, not just grifters, but the people orbiting them. Some step in, some disappear. Others hover at the edges, watching just long enough to know, but not long enough to act. And here's the truth. Griefers and grifters are the minority. The majority of players aren't out to ruin you. They're explorers, traders, miners, even mercenaries that keep to their own. Just people living in the verse. So why doesn't the majority answer the call? Why don't more band together, form alliances, or stand against the few who cause the most noise? That silence is its own decision, one that lingers longer than the attack itself. There's no clear line in the sand out here, no scoreboard for morality, just choices. And maybe that's what makes the verse feel so real sometimes, because it imitates real life and how people can be. Some push limits, some get caught in the blast. Most drift somewhere in between, unsure what they do until it's their turn to choose. I don't have answers, only the question that keeps echoing back. Who are you when no one's watching? Star Citizen doesn't hand you a script. It hands you a mask, a moment, and silence. And the truth is, silence wears a smile. And maybe, so do we. If this quieter side of Star Citizen speaks to you, consider subscribing and sharing. Likes go a long way in keeping these stories alive, and subscribing is what keeps this perspective going, all the while letting you know when the next one drops. Thanks, and as always, Badger out.